Fabulous night, huh?
As good as it gets in Boston. When I see the red line
Yeah.
passing by, I think of Goodwill Hunting. But you know, earlier today we saw Slava. And what's incredible about that story is Slava discovered a problem, and within a very short time, his solution, his product was in the hands of users like him. And I ask, is this an isolated example or a representation of something larger, broader happening in society?
This is very general. Innovation is getting cheaper, and he did it for something like $1,500.
Yeah.
Forming a company and getting it funded is cheaper, and he showed us that. He's using crowdfunding. Getting market information is cheaper because it's connected to crowdfunding. People who give money to him want to buy the product.
Finding teammates is easier because communication costs
Yeah.
dropping.
Yeah. And when everything drops like this in cost, what happens is there's more of it. It's already huge. I mean, 6% of the US population
That's
innovates as users.
it's millions of people.
There's 20 million people. And just think of all the fabulous stuff these people are doing.
Yeah.
Now, when a lot of them also found companies, you know, we've got ourselves a big, huge chunk of innovation ecosystem.
That's a lot to be excited for. But if I put on the hat of someone, let's say, running a large company today,
Yeah.
I am incredibly concerned.
Yeah, you don't have to be. I mean, basically, companies are not necessarily having to be in the business of innovation to be successful.
How so? That's a pretty unusual statement to make.
Yeah, well, they often now acquire their innovations
They do.
from individual entrepreneurs or from small companies that have sort of taken away the risk and shown the market. So what they're doing is they're getting more and more low cost, high quality potential products to build.
So they're focusing on building, but the sourcing of ideas, that's left to the users.
That can be left to the users, and the distribution and all that stuff can be in the hands of companies.
You know, what I like about this narrative, it's actually a friendly narrative to me. Today we hear a lot about disruption. A startup disrupting a big company,
Yeah.
disrupting an industry, disrupting a market. But, you know, this picture is more symbiotic. It's about collaboration.
It's always been there, but companies have not really recognized it or organized for it. So companies often have internal R&D who feel outsiders as rivals, when in fact they both have something to do. You know, the small companies can innovate on the new concepts. The big companies can supply all sorts of product engineering work and so forth. So there's something for both sides to do, but it'll become much more efficient when both sides recognize the symbiosis we're talking about.
You know, that's a future I want to be a part of.
It's a future that's here, so it's lucky you want to be a part of it. You don't have any choice.
Well, great to see you, Eric.
Good
Thank
to
you
see
so
you.
much again.